This is not a drill. This is not a joke. This is not a game. Let me get serious about me. Let me put on the good wig real quick because I'm going to make this very, very, very clear. Very clear. Luckily, the beach, I could literally see the beach from here. That's calming me down. I wish I had some tea. If I didn't have this mic in my hand, I would drink some water. And it's funny because the full moon's on my birthday. And my birthday is November 15th. And for my birthday I'm about to get serious about me. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I love me. Let me tell you something. Navy Federal, you just sparked something beyond measure in me when I heard about the news headline about how Navy Federal is funneling money out of black people, but not even just black people, not just black people. We talking about black people who make good money and funneling money and closing out their accounts. Let me tell you, I've tried to tell y'all that this happened to me. Nobody wanted to listen. So guess what? Everybody, everybody in my past cut off. Everybody. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna say this very slowly because I'm not gonna tell y'all the whole story on here. I'm gonna actually make another account on TikTok. I'm gonna make an anonymous account. I don't want nobody on this channel unless they happen to come search for me. I don't want nobody to know like all the stuff that I've been through in America. I'm gonna put on that channel because this is just the thing that really just threw me over the edge because I can't let nothing else happen to me. Because living and being in America, whether it be I be black, whether it be I'm a woman, I don't give a F. I've dealt with too much under this government in America. I don't know what it is, but I know that I wasn't born in the hood, and I know that I have an education. I know I'm a bright girl, and for the ghetto stuff that I be going through because of lack of support from a community, well, that means I got to do something about it myself. But Navy Federal, the stories that's coming out on TikTok about Navy Federal just sent me because I've literally been homeless for a year and a half behind these motherfuckers. So let me just give you, I'm not going to give you the details on here, but I'm going to tell you again because I have videos already from about a year and a half ago. Really, it started about a year and a half ago, but it took us 6 months to get to the solution, which was they wasn't going to give us our money back. But now that it's coming out that they're just blatantly closing black people, not just black people, we're talking about black people with bread account just cuz. Well, baby, this happened. I was one of the first people that this happened to for real. And it ruined my life. The first time I finally got in a decent relationship, this happened. It's very so crazy ironic. But long story short, I worked in Reno, Nevada as a waterproofer with my current ex because he couldn't stand the test of time, especially after what happened to us with Navy Federal. But me and my ex was working in Reno. At the time, I wasn't working here for a place called Holland Waterproofing in Reno. I wasn't working for them at the time, and me and this particular guy, he's Haitian, he's from Miami. Um, we decided that we would make way more money in Texas to when we started our own company. He has already previously started this company without me, but I decided to be his operational manager. Basically, I did everything. He did a lot of the work. I did everything else. I helped him with jobs. I helped him manage um, the work orders. I helped him manage hiring our crew. September of 2022, we started noticing, well, we didn't notice, but once we noticed, which was In September 2022, they were funneling money out of his account. So when we got paid jobs, he got paid the check because he was the general contractor. He is the owner of the business. I got paid. I just told him to pay me through Zelle. But this is when I realized he needed to listen to me when I asked him to add me on his bank account. But he didn't do it. And this is why I can't deal with no more men in the half-assed relationships. Like, this is why women, there's so many cautionary tales in my story. It's not even funny. But like I said, we just gonna talk about this particular story right now, because this is what really got me. Wiping my face, brushing my teeth, combing my hair. Seriously. September 2022, we noticed that he was getting hit with insufficient fund fees. So I'm not gonna get the details on this, but just follow me. October, we realize he's still getting hit with insufficient fund fees, even though he has thousands of dollars from our contracts. We like, what the hell? Okay, it kept happening. Now, let me tell you, black people really ain't good with looking at their bank statements. Let me tell you that. Just hold on to that. December, we call Navy Federal. I'm sitting right next to him. We call Navy Federal to tell them, why is this happening? How are we getting hit with insufficient fund fees and we have money in the account? Oh yeah, we see what's happening. Oh, we're gonna make this negative account an auxiliary account. Okay, whatever, white man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. Just fix it, right? Just fix it. This is December 2022. January, I had to go deal with some bullshit with my kids that are in Atlanta. So I had to leave the company all up to that current partner. Um, so, we're about to start a family. We had 20,000 square foot home. We were doing really well in the business. I still wasn't signed on to his bank, but I do have Navy Federal through him. You have to have a code to have Navy Federal. So I got Navy Federal through his code. He's calling me while I'm in Atlanta, dealing with the bullshit that I had to go through, which is, I'm going to tell you all these cautionary tales I've dealt with in America, and I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. But anyways, I'm dealing with bullshit in Atlanta, and he calls me. He's like, babe, why all of a sudden I got 4 saving account, 4 checkings account from Navy Federal? I said, you need to hurry up and close that. Okay, boom. Wasn't getting hit with no more insufficient fund fees, but we got hit with 126 insufficient fund fees for no reason, money in the bank from September to December. 126. They didn't want to close our account though. Even though now they're just closing people's account. They didn't want to close our account at 126 insufficient fund fees. See, the reason is they got away with it for a little bit because we were making so much money. He did not. I wasn't his wife, so I didn't have access to him like that. That's another cautionary tale, ladies. For real. Like, listen to me. So, all of a sudden, he goes ghost. Y'all don't even know I had to have an abortion behind this. But he goes ghost. He's supposed to be getting me and the kids. He goes ghost. Okay. I didn't hear from him until March. He went ghost in January. I didn't hear from him until March. Now, this is why black men don't be having no backbone at all, because it wasn't that he didn't love me. It wasn't that I wasn't no ex. It was Navy Federal, but he didn't want to tell me because he was embarrassed because he didn't know what to do. And this government knows that black people do not know what to do when it comes to lawsuits on any level. So he was embarrassed because he's never been broke. He was in the foster care system. He's always had a stable job in construction for 20 years. This is a veteran. So finally I hear from him. I'm like, wow, I'm in Miami, things didn't change. I was like, what happened? Why did you go ghost? Navy Federal was not processing his business account, business checks so he could pay our workers. He got overwhelmed because I wasn't there. I had to deal with whatever was happening. And he also got hit with $1,000. They just garnished his. They just garnished his stuff. He didn't think nothing of it. First of all, he makes a lot of money. He used to having a lot of money. I guess he felt like $1,000 was nothing to throw away. I was like, why? Well, why did they garnish? Well, they said that there was some account that was in a negative. I was like, okay. So I got back with him, I think in April. They garnished his checks again. This is when I went back to Reno with him and I started working again as a waterproofer in construction. I'm talking about W2, everything, good money. Me and him make good money, but we were homeless because he had left everything in Texas because he was so frustrated with what was happening with the bank. He left everything. He left people unpaid. He left on projects. He just left. He was like, I just couldn't handle it anymore. He was like, the banks was messing with me and I just couldn't handle it. I'm like, okay. I was like, babe, don't do that no more. Don't run off on people. But I didn't understand the gravity of it because I wasn't there because I had so much bullshit to deal with, the abuse with my baby daddy and them and trying to get my kids back and wondering why he just went ghost. So he explains to me the bank stuff. Okay, boom. We start going back to work. April, there was another garnishment for $1,200, just random. We call him again. Why do y'all keep garnishing our check? Oh, well, you have this negative balance in this other account that we don't have access to this imaginary account. There's no account that is in it. Like it's bizarre, y'all. What happened? But luckily, so we're still homeless. We're trying to get we're trying to get back set up in Reno after the failed business in Texas due to the bank. Shout out to Holland Waterproofing because they really didn't understand what we was going through, but I just didn't like how they handled us. And I really want to go back to those people and talk to them. But shout out to them because we were saying, oh, we don't have enough money for an apartment. And they gave us both bonuses, $1,000 bonus to get an apartment. They put us up. I'm telling you, this is the best job I've ever had. They put us up in a hotel, allowed us to work. On the weekends, we had to figure it out, but we had money. The last straw was, I want to say, in May or one of these days. It was the last straw because now they garnished our check again right when we was about to get into a brand new apartment. Luxury apartment. Beautiful. We did not know what to tell our employers because they just gave us bonuses and we can't account for why my ex kept getting garnished. So I went into the office. I was like, I don't know how to explain what's happening with the bank. I had to cut out his name. Sorry, y'all. I had to cut out his name. But I couldn't. I was telling y'all because I had to cut this part out because I accidentally said his name. But I was like, I don't know what happened with him in Texas, but he hasn't been the same. And we keep getting garnished. They were just lost. They just didn't understand. I didn't know how to explain what was happening with the bank. And I ended up quitting. We were just so frustrated. I just quit. And we was like, we need to go to a brick and mortar. Reno is 7 hours away from Vegas. Vegas is the only Navy Federal. 7 hours away. So we had to go 7 hours away with little to no money just to get to a brick and mortar for them to tell us. They gave us $600 and said, get a lawyer. What bank gives you $600 and tells you to get a lawyer? What? Okay. So we're on the phone since October of 2022, all into, at this point, May of 2023. On the phone with Navy Federal, not getting to nobody, but we called every month. Finally, we get to the higher ups. It was an escapade. And not only are we homeless, we're homeless in the heat of Las Vegas in Lake Mead, which is one of the most gangster fucking like off-road campsites in Vegas. Heat like a motherfucker, running out of money. I'm telling my dad, I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna call him the B word, but he did not help the situation. Let me just say that. Like, because everybody was like, no, you're tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Go. Y'all need to go talk to the blah, 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 blah. These people did not help us, though. And we were stranded in quicksand. on the phone with Navy Federal, stuck in quicksand. Do you hear me? I can't make it up. I'm not making it up. We off-road. The truck got stuck. We had no money for anything. AAA done turned his ass around because we was too off-road, because we was camping out there, because we were homeless trying to figure out what we was going to do, because Navy Federal didn't help us but what, $600. So we got on the phone. Miss Jackson, she trying to figure out, oh, I see what's happening. She sees what's happening. They're so dumb. They're seeing the craziness on the other side of the 126 insufficient feed funds, the money coming in our account, going back out of the account, going in our account. I sent him $100 just to see that shit is sent to him from my Cash App and did not show up on the other end. It just, all the money that y'all, I don't think y'all understand what me and this man went through with Navy Federal. That really ultimately broke us. And to this day, I am homeless. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to tell everything about all the stuff I've been through with this American government system targeting black people. They will not get their foot off of our neck. They reinvent some type of new slavery. It's not even funny. So we're on the phone with, finally we get to the president of Navy Federal, this anonymous dude that won't even talk in the meeting. Like, there's 4 people on the phone. He's in the background, Miss Jackson and all the other people we didn't talk to on the phone. And ultimately, I think Miss Jackson got fired, because before that we was talking to Miss Jackson and she was like, oh, I know, I see what's happening, and sent us $400. Then that's when we got back. I know she got fired after that because they were giving us money. Why are y'all giving us money? If, like, y'all, I cannot begin to explain what happened to us. But let me tell y'all, that ultimately broke us. And for 2 years, me and this man been fighting, hurting each other, everything, blaming each other for everything behind Navy Federal. And now I can't find the man. He went back ghost. He couldn't handle the pressure, just like black men be. But I think this will break any man that works as hard as this man does in construction. Especially when a man ain't used to being broke and then it's just stolen from you. Out of all the stuff he did to me and all the stuff I went through behind this, I can't blame them, because now more people are speaking out, but ours was way more extravagant than what I'm hearing. I'm hearing now they just straight up closing any black person with some bread, they just closing the account. But what we went through was unspeakable, unheard of. They wasn't just closing the account. They didn't just close no counts. They just was funneling money, garnishing money. And then the dummies on the phone were speaking out loud, seeing all the discrepancies, seeing how this shit didn't make sense, printing out the 126 insufficient fund fees, and giving us money. Make it make sense. Stay tuned. Now, if y'all want to find me, you need to find me on TikTok. And I'm going to tell y'all all the stuff I've been through in America. It's about to be a war, y'all. You can't steal people's money. This has delayed my whole entire life. And I've been super depressed behind this. And I have not gotten my 3 babies. And I miss so much behind Navy Federal. I had an abortion because we had no money. We had thousands of dollars to zero. Homeless, stuck in quicksand in Vegas. I went to jail. So another thing, ladies, when a man can't handle the pressure and you think you're going to pop off on him, the police going to take your ass to jail. Trust me. The police is on that man's side.